Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Kemet High, and I am an associate social media editor and writer here at Double XL. Appreciate y'all for rocking in. See a lot of people coming in. But this is our third episode of Who Am I Live. If you tapped in before, you saw Robbie interview King Von before he passed. Rest in peace. And Brooklyn's own Chef G earlier this week. But today, we have Tokyo's Revenge. So if y'all ready to talk to Tokyo, if y'all ready to talk about his new project, which drops tonight, put 444 in the comments. Y'all know that's his number. And I'm going to check in now. He should be coming in soon.
Yo,
What's going on with you, man?
poppin'.
Chilling. How you feeling today?
Good. I'm tired. I just had a long ass session last night. Didn't
Yeah.
get, but we here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, all right, man. Let's jump right into it. We got the fans in the comments dropping 444. They're definitely excited for you. So I'm going to open up your brain a little bit. Let's get into the music.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
Cool. So, first question. At what point do you remember falling in love with music? How old were you, and who were some of the artists you were listening to?
Um, I mean, I've been in love with music forever. So, I think the first vivid memory I have getting like super drawn into music was playing Tony Hawk Underground Remix 2 on the PlayStation Portable.
Or
Got me into like Disturbed and a bunch of other shit. And then from there, I've always been like into music. I used to watch a lot of the Tim Westwood Eminem freestyles and shit. And
gotcha.
after that, I don't know, bro. I used to like extensively listen to M's discography. And I was homeless. I listened to a lot of Florida music because back then when I was trapping, that's all I was listening to. It just motivated me. And then after I was engineering, so I had to be in love with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you mentioned Disturbed, you mentioned Eminem. I know you've talked about those artists before as some of your influences, but who else would you name?
Who else would I name? I don't know, bro. It crosses a lot of genres. 3 Days, Door Zone, All American Rejects. Huge influence on All American Rejects, actually. Believe it or not, I don't think I've ever had anybody say that in the world. Let
Word.
me see. Vocally, when it comes to singing shit, a lot of Green Day. Lily Joel Armstrong, well, influenced my voice a lot. Then, like I said, Florida music on the rapping tip when I was homeless, when I was doing shit, that Smoke Perp, that Denzel, that Extra Ski, that Puya, all that stuff, that shit got me through the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Motivated
absolutely.
shit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I was gonna ask you like what music got you through that homeless period of your life. And it was artists like that. Any songs in specific that you had in rotation all day, every day, or
Oh yeah. Six Rings by Smoke Perp back in the day had me.
yeah?
That song had me going, bro. I remember being in the car making all kinds of plays back then to that song. Damn,
Or
felt you.
yeah, that's real. All right, I got you. So let's bust it open to the time. Obviously, we're in the middle of a pandemic that no one thought was gonna last this long. I'm sure we all thought it was gonna be a couple weeks, couple months. It's slowly approaching a year. How has that affected you as an artist? I saw back in October that you tweeted that COVID brought out the worst in everybody. So how have you been feeling personally, and how has it affected you musically?
Um, it was affect me personally. I mean, I'm a relatively I don't say antisocial, but since my setup is in my house, like my recording setup is in my house, it kind of facilitated me like not being social. Since no one was mandated to be social, you don't really gotta go outside. You always have an excuse. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah,
always just trip because it's Corona time, and so it affected me in that way because I think it like helped me or it pushed me to be like less social, and which is a habit I'm breaking as of recent. You know what I mean?
got you.
But other than that, it did help me like sharpen some of my skills while I was by myself. Like my engineering tip, I've been going super sick now, like because I've been spending so much time in front of my computer, in front of Ableton, in front of my dog, just working and working and working. So, uh, I really sharpened up on that. The last project I dropped, Seven, was primarily mixed and mastered by me, and then like finished up by my close friend Fly, Two Fly, on the mixing. So, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I know that you produce, you mix, you kind of do it all. When you were learning the technology early on in your career, how? were you going on YouTube tutorials? Did you have someone next to you that was kind of showing you the lay of land?
When I first started, it was damn, this was a long ass time ago. I was couch hopping between my boy's cribs, because I didn't know where to stay, and my boy had it set up with like like a $90 Focusrite and his piano. He was singing his mic, and he was just running Ableton Live 9, and I used to watch him. It wasn't even hip hop music he made, but I used to watch him like working it. And then my boys started recording there too. So I was like, after watching them for a little bit, I was like, shit, let me start tracking y'all. Let me start, you know what I mean? Like, recording y'all. And I'll just learn it as we go along. So they would record, and then they would go and play Smash Bros. And I would sit there in front of the computer for hours, screwing around with their vocals and shit until I figured out the dog. They'd be 2 a.m. I'd be sitting in front of the computer still working. And they wake up, and I'd be knocked out in the chair in front of the computer.
Word. Straight like that. And you uploaded your first song in 2017, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. So I know you navigated the underground scene for a minute. Wherever you were, how would you describe the underground scene?
Damn, bro. The underground scene is an experience, bro. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like the underground scene is pretty toxic, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like it gives you so many experiences and so many like growing opportunities that you wouldn't get in any other part of the music scene or in any other part of music in general. Being a part of the underground scene, especially in the SoundCloud underground scene, is crazy. There's so many underground groups and cliques and collectives that are all like beyond talented, and watching them race to the top is pretty sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Part of it's even sick. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know when you first started buzzing, a lot of people were saying, okay, he's a TikTok rapper, but you actually started uploading on SoundCloud first. Yeah, I know you're not with that. Like, he's like, nah.
Go
ahead, sorry.
I said, don't get me wrong. I definitely fuck with the whole TikTok concept for like blow up shit, because I saw Denzel a few years ago do it with Vine. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I did blow up on SoundCloud first. Like I had my first Amazon SoundCloud first. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you. Who are some artists, speaking of which, who are some artists, 5, let's say, that you would put in the SoundCloud Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame?
Yeah, holla at me.
Damn, bro, my SoundCloud top 5 is going to be so different than what everyone expected. All right. My SoundCloud, number 1, above all else, Wintertime.
Okay. For the artist.
Wintertime above all else. And then in no order, I'd say Dead Star 2 and before Smoke Perp.
Okay.
Definitely X is in there.
I got you.
The Hall of Famer. Let me think. Denzel.
I got you.
Okay. Comethazine. Comethazine. Back when everyone was saying he sounded like Made in Tokyo and all that. Comethazine. Hall of Fame. Who else?
Yeah, you drop as many as you want. Whoever touched your soul, put a song.
That was a long time ago, bro.
Word. Okay.
I remember when Southside Suicide I used to listen to. So Night Lavelle. Okay. For sure. Who else back then? Slump. Definitely.
Okay.
And let me think of one more. One last one. Uzi.
Yeah.
Uzi.
Absolutely. He was just on live previewing music today.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel that. And speaking of Uzi, he was somebody that you mentioned in your prior interviews talking about comparisons. So where's your head at with that? Like, obviously, you've just been getting bigger as the time has progressed.
Yeah.
Do you still feel a way about people trying to say that you sound like so-and-so or whoever?
Not really. Not really anymore. Because I realize that it's like part of it. It's like a default thing. It's like it's an inevitable thing.
Exactly.
People are gonna say you sound like that. But like when you and the artists in similar age groups as you look up to artists before them, I think that's an influence. Like you do the same. So like, just like other niggas was listening to Green Day when they was 15, I was listening to Green Day when I was 15. You know what I mean? So those same influences are gonna rain down, but it's how we express it that is, you know, that makes a difference. And you know, the more
Yeah.
honestly, the less comparisons happen. Like I haven't really even noticed them that much recently at all. So Uzi got shot. What's up with all this Rip Uzi stuff?
All right. So every time we go live, people get in our comments and they say that it's not true. I
But
promise you it's not true, but it's crazy. Internet culture.
oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, weird, right? Word. Speaking of internet culture, sorry, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
No, I was gonna say I don't know who wakes up and goes on live and the first thing they decide to do is like, let me wish death upon somebody.
Yeah, the internet is nuts.
Uh, but you were saying,
Yeah, so speaking of internet culture, what's your take on social media? Um, it can be a very toxic yet beneficial place at the same time, but as an artist, especially as someone whose voice is so amplified, how do you interact with it?
um, I don't interact with it. I mean, I interacted with it the way I did when I first started using it. I try my best to be as connected to the people that follow me as possible, but still keep my coronavirus 6 foot distance from platforms as a whole because I think that social media is structured is it's meant to make you feel bad about yourself. It's meant to, you know, suck you in and make you think that everything that happens within the app is reality because then it feeds into the app. You know what I mean? If you think that happening on Instagram and on Twitter is like one accurate depiction of what's happening off screen, you know what I mean? You get sucked into that trap, then you're gonna keep going back and trying to figure out how to live that way. You know what I mean? I know a lot of
Yeah.
idolize people and like are trying to force themselves to live like other people. And those people on the other side of the screen are not happy people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But you know, you only post the best parts. You only post the highlights. You only post the stuff that you enjoy. You only post the stuff that makes you look good. So people think it's all good all the time. You know what I mean? It's not true.
Yeah.
Bad for mental health, but you know, Instagram's never gonna say that. Twitter's never gonna say that. They're never gonna put their ass on slow mode and take a break. It's never gonna happen. Make too much money.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. Let's get into your name a little bit. Tokyo's Revenge. So the first half of your name comes from your admiration for Japanese culture. Second half comes from literally getting revenge on all of your haters. I know that you're heavily into anime. So you got a top three?
Yeah, bro. Top 3 animes right now: Death Note, Promise Neverland, and for now, Fire Force. I really like Fire Force.
Okay. Why? Why those three?
Death Note because I love watching intellectuals go at it. You know what I mean? I love big brain plays, bro. Something that gets me as good as a fight scene in an anime is like a crazy plot twist. You know what I mean? Same thing for The Promised Neverland. Them kids are smart as fuck.
Word straight.
Fire Force is just I was a big fan of Soul Eater, and it's by the same manga artist, and then it's being animated by the same studio I believe that animates JoJo's. So David Production. So for me, it was like a swish. You know what I mean? Animation studio I love, manga writer I love, new anime, fire. It's good plot
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. And I can see you kind of bring some of that culture into your music videos. It's always a lot going on. One of my favorites, Gotham. It was like a superhero dodgeball game. You were like Ice Bender on some Frozone type of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Bro. Creative works like that have huge influence on me. Manga, like superhero books, movies, and all that shit. Like huge influence. I try to rap about it in the most creative way possible, bro. I'm always dropping dimes and bars about anime or some shit like that. Or
yeah,
so
absolutely. I got you on that. Superhero Royal Rumble.
superhero.
Everyone's included. We talking anime. We talking DC, Marvel. Who comes out on top? After I saw the video, I was like, yo, I definitely gotta ask you this. So who comes out on top?
Damn, bro, I'm gonna make a lot of niggas mad.
Or what's the word? What's the word?
Seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. Giorno at the end of the anime is stronger than any of your favorite characters. There's no debate. There's no argument. That
Mm,
nigga. Um,
got
and
you.
below Giorno, it's Superman, and then below that, it's Goku.
Okay. So you rank Superman kind of high, man. I was questioning if he was real deal.
And people are like, there's always going to be an iteration of Superman that does something that your favorite anime character doesn't. That's the only reason I don't put Goku over Superman, bro. I've seen all the Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Kai, all that. Goku's the GOAT, and he's a better character because he has flaws. I think Superman is a flawed character because he has no flaws, and that's the thing. For every flaw that you could come up with Superman, there's a different version of him in a different comic book by a different writer in which he doesn't have that flaw, which is why I don't like him as much as a character. There's always a version of him where he can fly to the sun, turn gold, come back, and he's done crazy shit, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
that Goku can't do because his writer wrote him to have flaws, which is good. But
yeah.
he's busted as a character. His whole trait at the end of the show is being able to undo, and I don't mean like time control. I mean he can undo or make things like unhappen or nullify the concept of something even happening. You know what I mean?
I got you.
It's mad confusing, but you got to watch it to see.
Word. Nah, I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you. We're rocking with you.
But above that, my favorite anime character, Mario Judah. Like,
Yeah. Yo, he's going crazy right now. He's definitely like the talk of social media every time he posts, and it's beautiful to watch that sprout.
yeah, Mario Judah by far my favorite anime character. That nigga is soloing any of your 2D characters any day of the week.
Word. I got you. I got you. All right. Let's go into the music. 2019 was a huge year for you. Dropped a few projects, obviously, which housed some of your biggest songs. Good Morning Tokyo, which is about to hit 150 million streams on Spotify. Thought, Gotham.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, talk to me about Good Morning Tokyo and how that came together.
Bro, I was just tired of talking about that song, but it came together pretty easy.
Yeah.
Crackhead, it came up with Crackhead beat, sent it to me, and I couldn't stop freestyling to it. Went back, made it out of it. But that's the process for everything. You know what I mean? Like, I felt the same way when I made the Hellbent, which is about to smash 10 mil right now, and it's barely
Absolutely.
the amount of time. It's already about to hit 10 mil. I feel the same way about Gotham. I feel the same way about Bulletproof. I feel the same way about a lot of songs. I can only hit a beat if I feel like it's like if me and beats energy are like in sync, because then I can hit it without even thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go into this. Good Morning in Tokyo goes viral on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that you said before that you kind of wish it hadn't went viral because of the expectation for that to happen again. Does that thought still stand?
I mean, let me put it like this. Regardless of what I do, I'm gonna smash M's. I do every time.
Yeah.
So, it's not that I don't want it to set an expectation, but I was just a kid who was making music in their basement. So when it blew up, it kind of caught me off guard. I kind of like ducked off the internet for a bit. Like I took my name out of my bio to make it harder to find my account, and then
Word?
yeah, bro, I did. Bro, my manager was so mad at me every time I did that. It was always on my ass, put my name back in my bio. But it's like one of those things. Like a lot of people who make music about mental health don't necessarily suffer from the mental health itself. You know what I mean? They make it for the awareness. I'm not for people like me who like have terrible anxiety and all kinds of shit like that. You know what I mean? Having millions and millions of eyes on you at once is daunting. So it's like sometimes you want to duck out just cause. So I know will continue to smash M's and do all that shit, but I just had to take a step back because it gets overwhelming sometimes. As fuck.
Yeah, I could imagine. And that's why I brought that up earlier. Like, especially as an artist, I'm sure the increase in everything was like times 10, times 100. And obviously that could be overwhelming to anybody.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a project dropping tonight. What's the title and how did it come together? Talk to me a little bit about that.
So I got a project dropping tonight. The name of the project is Lilium. Lilium. The name of that's the long name for lilies, like the flower, but it's also the name of the music box from this anime called Elfen Lied.
Wait, what is the anime called? I didn't catch that.
Called Elfen Lied. It's
okay, got you.
Good ass anime, gory ass anime, and an old ass anime, but it's a classic. like certified hood classic. Like that shit is fire.
Yeah.
So that's dropping tonight. It's a super short project that I'm dumb excited for everyone to hear. It's way shorter than the last project I dropped, but it's like a little like round off like end of the year thing, just to hold y'all over until I finish the stuff that I want to finish. You know what I mean? I feel bad every time I starve the people that support me and follow me of music. So Tokyo dropping again tonight.
Word. And this is your second of the year, right?
Yep. That's the only shit. I've only dropped 2 things this year at all.
Word.
So fire,
But
yes.
I remember you saying you kind of have been outspoken on Twitter about the frequency of to which like artists drop projects and how many songs, and all of your projects are relatively short. We're talking Midnight Side A, Side B, you know, Trapped in Tokyo. Like you always keep it short. So with that being said, you also signed to a major record label.
Yeah.
How has it been working creatively with them? Is there any pressure for you to drop longer projects, or has things been kind of seamless?
I'm with Interscope now, and
Yeah.
no pressure. I honestly love my team like a lot. They understand me. They get me even when there's time crunches or they want specific shit. It's like they're an easy team to work with. And on top of that, they don't try to force me to drop longer projects. They understand the way that I like to make music, and they understand that I prefer to be quality over quantity every single time. So they're entirely okay with me having shorter projects. And people that handle me 740 projects. You know what I mean? Like, they get it. Those are my boys, through and through. They entirely understand my creative, which is, like, really relieving because then it allows me to create to my highest ability.
Definitely. Definitely. And we see artists all the time kind of come out and say the opposite. Not everyone is in a good situation like that. So it's cool to hear that that's the case for you.
Yeah. A lot of it's communication, bro. A lot of people behind the people that they work with because there's a lack of communication. And I can understand because during Corona, when you don't get to see them people, you know what I mean? There has been times where it's like there are frustrating moments, but nah, bro. I'm happy.
Yeah. Okay. One more question about the project. Let's take, for example, Good Morning Tokyo. I know you said you freestyle most of that. Why are you making that face?
1 second, sorry. Just DC the Don said Tokyo is scared to play me in Smash, and that's cap because he came over early this week and I whopped him. Stop playing with me.
Wow.
Weekend. Think they're nice to Smash? I will wax you. I will wax you, boy.
Oh.
Stop. Anyway, sorry.
Yo, don't play with the man on Smash.
So
Word. I was saying, I know you said you freestyle most of Good Morning Tokyo, so I was wondering on this project, what's your writing to freestyle ratio?
Okay. It's significantly heavier in the freestyling part. This is a more melodic project, and on top of that, I freestyle a lot of my shit and then go back and then write to melodies that I like. When it comes to singing music, I freestyle all my melodies, lay it over the beat, and then go back and write it in. So I literally go back and just take my time and handle that shit.
Yeah.
So every single bar.
Absolutely. And the first single you released, Nothing Lasts Forever, was definitely heavy on the melodic side. Talk to me about that song. I know there's an interesting backstory.
Yeah, it's a relatively sad backstory, but even that song was like freestyle. Drew directly from a lot of emotions I was going through in the moment. So, there's a lot of shit that happened back then that I don't know, bro. It like makes me sad to talk about.
Yeah, I feel you.
But when that song came to fruition, it was me in front of my computer, just thinking mad hard and just letting that shit out.
Yeah, heavy song, and even though it's personal to your story, I feel like it could speak to a lot of people. Just the vulnerability that you had on there.
All right.
Word. Well, all right. We know you got a song in the tuck. You ready to preview it from your new project?
I do. I can play you one little piece of it.
Okay.
But here we go. That's a mystery voice. I had to keep it real short because I don't want to explode them. But
I was gonna say you got tease us like that. That was going crazy.
end of my verse at the beginning of a hook. Close friend of mine, homie. Can't say who.
Okay. All right. A few more hours though.
That voice, I recognize the voice. If you don't, I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just wait.
Word.
Project.
Word. If y'all recognize the voice, drop it in the comments. Let's see if y'all get it. But definitely looking forward to it. We're about to wrap this up, but is there anything you want to leave for your fans?
I want to leave for my fans. I want to say, hide your moms, hide your grandmas, hide your aunties.
Yo, that's a classic.
every time I go live, every time I say something, I got something inspirational. I got anything inspirational this time. Hide your grandmas, hide your moms, hide your aunties. Like, that's it.
Word. Well, all right, new project Lilium dropping tonight, man. Y'all check that out at midnight. Keep rocking with Tokyo's Revenge. As you can hear, very animated guy, very talented, unlimited flows, pitches, all of that. So excited to see what you do.
Thank you.
Word. All right, stay safe out here.
Later.
Peace.